Hey guys, how's it going? So here we go, day 17 of trading for me, and I'm closing the day red again. Okay, so that's two big losses this week so far. I had a $125 loss on Wednesday, and today I'm closing the day down about 150. Okay, so overall, today was actually a great day of trading. There were a lot of opportunities, just a ton of momentum in the market, and just a ton of opportunities to capitalize on and be profitable on. I just happened to make some bad choices. As a result, I paid the penalty, you know? I had some good trades today. I was actually much deeper in the red. I managed to dig myself out just a little bit. But a lot to learn from today's trading, and I'll talk about that in the trading recap today. So first, let's just go over my trades for today. So right out of the gates, LMFA was actually like the leading gapper this morning on the gap scanner, and so I took an entry right here out of the gates. Is this candle right here, and you can see. Let me just make this a little bit bigger. You can see that this candle had the most volume, right, throughout the day. I mean, let's scroll back here just to look at the volume the rest of the day. It's non-existent. There's nothing here, right? So a huge red candle right there. So a lot of volume, but just a lot of bearish volume, right? We had about how many shares of volume on this one candle? We had 2.9 million shares of volume, but most of that was probably just short selling, you know? So I got in right here, 500 shares for, let me see the high here. It was going to be, I was looking for it to break high of day, or the pre-market highs rather, but I got in at the $0.50 just for like an anticipated entry. Didn't work out. You can see here, I got in at 254. It went to a high of 256, just smacked a heavy level of resistance, and you can see here, just dropped down, just a nasty red candle, and the rest of the day just sold off. You can see right here, look on the 5-minute chart, just sold off, and now it's flat. So not much there. I bailed out on the bid here at 246. So still within my stop loss ratio. I didn't go over, which is good. So just a couple of cents above. Lost 8 cents on the trade. So, you know. Wait, is that right? No. Sorry, guys. Sorry. Yep, that's right. Never mind. Okay. Having a mathematical moment right there. Anyways, so next trade was BSPM. And this stock actually made a massive move today. So you can see right here on the 1-minute chart, opened up down here this morning at a low of, it opened up at 260, but ended up making a really nice move today. Just a beautiful move. Look at this. All the way up here to like a high of almost $6. That's more than that's almost like a 200% move in one day. A lot of opportunity right here to capitalize on, but also, you know, there's potential to lose money. And so there are traders who made tens of thousands of dollars trading this stock, right? I would even gamble to say that there's some traders out there who made probably hundreds of thousands. And then there are some traders who lost money. So, you know, I made money and lost money on BSPM. I think the real killer for me was MYO. We'll get to that in a second, though. So, anyways, BSPM right here, I got in, saw it popping up on the momentum scanner. You can see on my trade log down here, I got in at 9:33, so just a few minutes after my first LMFA trade. 500 shares at 350. Let me scroll back right here. So that would have been this candle right here. So over 350, it's just a break of the whole of the $0.50 entry. Looking to just a scalp over high of day, really. and just got in at the $0.50 because it happened to be within that range. So you can see right here, got in at 250, selling up here at 366. Not a bad trade, right? 16 cents of profit. So with 500 shares, that took me out of the red, pushed me up into the green. So that was fantastic, right? So imagine if I had, like 10,000 shares, that would have been a $1,600 winner right there, just a matter of seconds. So just to keep things into perspective, it's all relative. Got back into BSPM up here at 4:30. So let's see, got in at 9:35, so just a couple of minutes after. That would have been this candle right here, okay? So got in at 3:30. No, sorry, 4:30. Got in at 4:30 to anticipate the high of day break. So high of day was 4:33. I got in at 4:30, and you can see right here, didn't make it past much high of day. It went 3 cents past high of day, so went to a high of 4:36 before just this consolidation period right here. I ended up just kind of holding it, similar to my loss on Wednesday. I didn't know if it still had potential to move or not. And so I was holding it, thinking maybe I can possibly hold through this consolidation period. But then I thought to myself, I'm not in a position to make those kind of decisions, right? If I had a much larger account, even if I got into the stock much earlier, say if I got in down here at $3, right, and I held it this whole time, then it would be a lot more reasonable for me to say, okay, let me just hold through this consolidation. Hopefully we'll get another breakout, right? So you can see right here, we did get that right here. We got a beautiful breakout. It held just right above the VWAP and just rocketed through that thing. So didn't do that. And after some contemplation with myself, holding the stock, I was holding it through this spot right here, and it was going down, 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 and I just ended up selling, for not good at all. Just that's over 20 cents right there, so definitely way past my max loss. And I know somebody in the comment section, man, I'm sorry if I forgot your name. You need to tell me your real name, but I think his screen name is Rummington or something. He said, you might want to consider using a stop loss, like an automatic stop loss. And I said, that's definitely something I need to consider, because when you're trading, your emotions tend to, and especially as a beginner trader. I know a lot of advanced traders, a lot of veteran traders don't use automatic stop losses just because they don't want to get caught in those dips down, because it happens sometimes. The stock dips down for just a second, it stops you out, but then it spikes back up. And so a lot of veteran traders they want to avoid that, and they are mentally equipped enough to be able to handle those spikes without being afraid and anxious and selling really quick or holding on too long. And it's the classic scenario with beginner traders, where we hold our losers too long, but we cut our losses too soon, right? And so you get this sort of imbalance of big losses and small wins. And if you can't rectify that trend, then eventually you're just gonna blow your account up, slowly but surely. So it's something that I have to consider, is doing an automatic stop loss. It would assure that it would assure me that I wouldn't go past my max loss. Sometimes I might with some slippage, that happens, but overall I wouldn't have to contemplate to myself, while the stock's going against me, I wouldn't have to think to myself, maybe I should just hold this a little bit longer, and then it drops another 20 cents and I'm down, another $100, and just not a good situation. So that's what happened with BSPM. Obviously, in hindsight, I should have held it. We had this period of consolidation right here, held the VWAP, and then just went higher, right? Blew through high of day. I ended up getting back in, though, to BSPM after my MYO trade. So I'm going to go to MYO here. MYO was stupid. And As weird as this sounds, I'm glad that I made this mistake because it really helped to open me up to a pattern in my trading. I do this thing where I'm just like very impulsive with my entries sometimes. And so I got in, MYO popped up on the momentum scanner on this candle right here. And I got in, you can see here at 500 shares, 548 for the break of the $0.50. Now, the only problem with that, and you can see right here, it went to a high of 550. So I got in at 548, and well, hold on, that's not right. Okay, I'm looking at the wrong thing. Sorry. I got in down here. This was my first. I traded MYO twice. That's right. So my first entry was at 939. So 949. 939. Okay. Get it together, Joshua. So yeah, this candle right here. So I got in 500 shares at 547, went to a high of 550, and I ended up selling on the way down just at 524. Just a really bad trade. Yeah, the BSPM one right here that I was talking about a second ago, I bought it at 430, sold it at 410. So that was nasty too. So two just really ugly trades in a row. And in retrospect, after I had a moment to really examine this setup, I realized, well, there wasn't a setup, right? The stock squeezed up, popped up on the momentum scanner. I saw it and I jumped in. Sometimes that works, but not in the kind of market that we're in right now. We're seeing a market where you can't just like jump into stocks. There's not enough momentum for, I think traders are becoming a little bit more weary of doing that, just because, you know, like a month ago or back in December, we were in the kind of market where you could just jump in off of the scanner. Like stock popped up on the momentum scanner, it looked good, and you jumped in, right? And rode it for 40, 50 cents. That was a thing a couple of months ago. But I think the tides are kind of turning a little bit, and it's better to just wait for a pullback. So I didn't do that. If I would have been fine. And I actually would have closed green today. Instead, I was impulsive and I jumped in, held it on the way back down, you know, lost another quick, I don't know how many cents that is. But then I got back into MYO when I actually waited for a proper pullback. And so I waited for this pullback right here, got back into MYO for the break of the $0.50 / high of day. So I got in at 548, sold up at 555. I can't remember if I sold it like quickly or if it popped up to 563, or I don't know, maybe the spreads were just big or something and I couldn't sell on the ask. But nonetheless, I still made back some 7 cents of profit there. So not bad. And then my last trade on BURG was a little bit later in the day, so 10:12. Let's scroll back here to 10:12. So you can see right here, just I don't know where the volume came from, but just a sudden spike in volume. Traders hopping in. I saw it and I said to myself, I need to wait for a proper 1 minute pullback. We didn't get that. It spiked up into a circuit breaker halt. Jumped in right here. This was actually restricted by SureTrader, and so I could only take 300 shares. So got in 391, 300 shares, waited for the 5 minute halt. You can see we opened up here at 402. We popped up to a high of 417. I sold on the ask at 408. So that was nice, and that took me out of the red a lot more than when I was. So I was able to kind of dig myself a little bit further out of the hole, or climb out of the hole rather. So that was good. But, you know, it's one of those things where I think to myself, man, what if I wouldn't have taken the bad trades that I took today? Today would have been a really good day. Like I would have made $200+ today. It's just, and to me, that's encouraging. That's a motivation that is definitely possible, right? It's just that I have to really, really hone in on these little problems that I have, right? The compulsiveness of just like hopping in without actually making sure there's a proper setup. Overcoming FOMO, right? I think I had another case of FOMO on MYO. After missing the big move on BSPM, I saw MYO pop up. I'm thinking to myself, maybe this is going to be like a sympathy move, right? Like maybe traders who miss BSPM like me will see MYO and hop into it, and we'll get another big move on MYO, right? And I'm going to be that genius that got in early before all the other traders, and I'm going to ride this thing all the way up to $15. You know what I mean? It's the kind of stuff that just goes through your head just for a split second, but that's all it takes for you to make a bad decision. And so I was impulsive. I got in, and I was that guy that bought here at the high, right? And then it came down, opened up right here, came down some more, and then as it was spiking back up, I got, and so that's just the thing. Like if I would have waited, I still could have traded the stock, right? But with a proper entry right here with the 1 minute pullback. And so it's vital to not give in to that FOMO of wanting to jump into a stock when it's spiking up, but to wait for a proper pullback, just a 1 minute pullback, or even if you have to wait for a 5 minute setup. It's much better than essentially what you're doing when you're just jumping in like that is you're gambling, because you don't know. Nobody is a fortune teller. You can't look at a stock and say, yeah, this stock's gonna run from $3 to $17 today. Nobody can do that, right? Unless you're somehow manipulating the market, which that's illegal, and there's gonna be consequences for that if you get caught. But generally speaking, nobody can read the market and read the future. And so that's why you have to create these rules for yourself, and that's why you have to base your trading off of a strategy that is proven to make profit. And the strategy that I'm trading with is proven to make profit. It's just that I have to control my own emotional impulses, right? So the jumping in without a proper setup, the holding my losers too long because I'm hoping that it's going to go back up, and all these bad habits that you just have to break as a beginner trader. And even some veteran traders have to remind themselves of not breaking those rules. So yeah, so that's it for today, guys. I'm going to go ahead and record my my live trading video and get that posted. Like I said, overall today was a good day. I lost money, right? I lost $150. That's, for my small account, that's a lot. And I'm going to open back up Monday below 900. I'm going to open up like in the 890s, right? So I'm definitely, that's a huge drop right there. But something that I had to remind myself today was, as long as I'm not having to withdraw money from my bank account into my SureTrader account, that's fine, right? Like this equity that I have right here is to learn. It's specifically for me to learn from. And so I think after this trading day, I may be like almost break even on the month, but it's still, for me right now, it's still 2 steps forward, 2 steps back, right? 3 steps forward, 2 steps back, 1 step forward, 3 steps back. And so it's a game of ping pong. I'm back and forth. And so as long as I can maintain that, but continue to improve through that period of inconsistent trading, I'm good. It's one of those things. And fortunately for me, I don't have to depend on day trading to pay the bills right now. I've got other means of income. And so that helps take the stress off a lot. So, so that's it, guys. Enough rambling from me. So live trading recap video, I'm going to go post that now. I would encourage you to watch it if you have not been, to watch those videos. If you want to just see more of me trading the markets and just get a better feel for the level 2 and just the overall market action, definitely watch those videos. I'm going to just enjoy my weekend, study from today's mistakes, go back and see if I can find a pattern in my trading of something that I'm doing wrong. Look at my winning trades, see what I'm doing right, continue to do that. Look at my losing trades, see what I'm doing wrong, see if there's a pattern there, eradicate that, right? Get rid of that, and then onward and upward, okay? So that's it, guys. I hope you have a great weekend. Thank you so much for watching. Take care. Bye.